Hey guys, thanks for watching Nerf Socom Reviews. Today we're going to be doing the third episode of the Which Should I Get series, comparing all the 2014 Elite guns that came out, plus one that we missed in the previous Which Should I Get series, the Rapidstrike here, also the Demolisher 2-in-1, the Rhino-Fire, and the Elite Cam, which we're doing. So let's first start off with a short review on each one. We'll do that with all of them. This gun's effective range is around 30 feet. This gun, the big difference about this one is that it has a camera on it, and you actually use it as like a red dot sight or a sort of scope. I can turn it on for you here, and you kind of use it as a scope. There is a railing on the top though, so you can put your sight attachment on there if you need to. And there's also a railing below, so you can put your grip. Also, this gun does come with a 12 round mag, so you can only hold 12 rounds in there. It is semi-automatic, so it's by how many times you pull your trigger, while instead of some of the others are full auto. This gun, it takes 8 AA batteries. It takes 4 in the side over here for the camera and 4 on the side over here for the gun itself, the revving part. So if you don't have batteries for your camera, you don't need to use the camera, which is kind of cool. So this gun also has 2 sling adapters on it, one on the back of the stock and one on the bottom of the handle here. You can sling it around you as they are put. This gun also, how it works, basically what you do, you put the batteries in here first, you load the mag, and then you can rev the trigger and pull the first trigger. It's semi-automatic, so when you hold it, it doesn't shoot multiple darts. How the camera works, basically, there's an on and off button here. There's also a delete button, so you can delete your files, and you can skip back and forward through your videos as well and play them. Let's do the pros and cons. The pros of this gun does have the camera on it, so that's the big pro about this one. Also, I guess you could say that the semi-automatic is pretty nice as well. The cons is that this gun, the camera, it has slow reaction time, so if you want to turn it on, it'll take a while for it to load, and you can't start recording in the middle of a battle and try and record some sort of fight scene as soon as it comes on. There is a quick record button for your thumb, but it still takes like a second or two maybe for it to start recording, so it's a little bit annoying. So let's move on to the next one, the Demolisher. This gun has 2 rails on it, actually only 1 rail on the top right here, so you can put your sight. This does have the stock in the back here, so you can put any other stocks in there. But this does have a rocket holder, so you can hold the rocket in there. And it obviously does have a rocket firing mechanism. How you use it is basically you just pull it back, and it shoots however far and however hard you can pull it, I guess you can say. This gun does require 4 AA batteries in the side compartment in here. And how you use it, you load the 10-round magazine that it comes with. And you can put the batteries in there, rev the trigger, and pull the primary trigger. This gun does have a lot of issues with jamming when you pull the trigger back, because if you don't pull it back fast enough, sometimes the darts won't be pushed forwards far enough, and it won't fire the dart, and it'll just jam the darts. So that's a bit of a con there. For the pros and cons of this gun, the stock is really nice. It's a very stable stock. You can use it on any other guns. That's a nice part about it. Also, the rocket is pretty cool. I mean, it's fun for, I guess, video, and if you just want to mess around with it. I mean, it's not very effective in battle because of the accuracy, though. For the cons of this, the accuracy of the rocket, like I said before, and the jamming. This gun jams actually quite a bit. Now for the Rhino-Fire. This gun requires 6 D batteries down in the compartment over here, the big box. So it's nice though because it is back heavy. So while, say for example, the Rapidstrike, you have to load the batteries in the front, so it's a bit front heavy. So that's one thing that's nice about this. This does also have a removable tripod attachment, which is basically the same thing as the Vulcan attachment if you do have a Vulcan. It's very similar, it's just the textures are different on the actual legs. This does have 4 railings, or maybe 3.5, I guess you could say. There's 1 on each side, and there's a long one in the middle, but it has 2 slots, so you can change it into 2 different positions. So I guess this is 2 railings, I guess you could say. This does come with 2 25-round drum magazines, so it's a little bit difficult to load. It takes a while to load it. So, I mean, you have to load a ton of darts for you to be able to fire this thing. How this works, you pull this thumb trigger over here. It's a little bit different than you may expect because there's no trigger for your fingers, just for your thumb. And you can push it down with either hand and you can shoot a few darts. It shoots one barrel at a time, and sometimes the left barrel for us, it seems like the left one jams more often than you may think. Actually, it's the right one. The right barrel will normally jam a little bit more, which is a little bit weird. This does have a de-jamming door here. It's a very large one. It opens up both sides, which is actually pretty nice. The front barrels here, they don't actually function as a real gun would, where you fire the gun and it brings back. It's just there's a motor that pulls them back and forth each time. There is a front handle here, so you can grab it with one hand or two hands like this, which is actually pretty nice. Or you can, pistol grip it. Just doesn't really work that well. Also, two sling adapters on this gun. Well, I guess you could say there's multiple, but there's basically one spot right here. And then in the front on the handle, you can put a sling adapters there as well. It's kind of ambidextrous because you can put it on either side, on the left or the right side, which is kind of nice. The pros and cons of this gun. First off, the pros, the range is really nice. It can shoot up to 40 feet, just about. Well, it shoots a lot farther, but the effective range is around 40 feet. And it has really high rate of fire, which is a really nice thing about this. The cons for this is that it jams a lot. Well, it doesn't jam necessarily, but the darts won't actually load into the gun, so it won't fire on one barrel for us. Yours might be different. For the next gun, we have the Rapidstrike CS18. How this gun works, basically, you load four C batteries right into the compartment over here, and you load the mag. It's a 16-round magazine. And then you can pull the secondary trigger and you can hold down the first trigger. It is full auto, but as you can hear right now, this gun is a little bit screwed up. We did some modifications on the batteries, so it's screwed up a little bit. It's a little bit bad right now. The effective range on this gun when we bought it was around 30 feet. The accuracy was actually pretty good. But the range, though, I have to say, it decreases as you fire it because it is full auto. When you pull the trigger down for too long, the motors will it'll put too much pressure on the motors and it'll fire less range. This gun does have a few rails on it, a lot of rails actually. There's one on the top here, another one on the top, one on each side and one under the gun, so you can put your grip, any sights, or whatever you want on here. This also does have a carry handle integrated with a sight on it, so you can see down there. This also does have a adjustable stock, which is pretty nice. There are also a few sling adapters on this gun, one on the bottom of the handle, two on the top here, so you can be ambidextrous with it and use it on either side. There's also a sling adapter right here. You have to flip up this sight though, for you to access it, and the sight actually goes along with the scope here. For the pros and cons of this gun, first off, the pros, this gun has full auto, which is, it's full automatic. It's pretty cool. You can use it really easily with that. One part, the cons for this gun actually jams just a bit. As you can see, I already have a jam right here. I have to pull out a dart. And it also, the full auto, when you shoot for too long, it'll weaken, the motors will get weaker and it won't be able to shoot as far if you hold the trigger down for too long. So I'm going to say for all the downsides of all these guns, and then I'll tell you the winner. This one here, the accuracy of the rocket, really bad. It's not really that practical for battle. Also, this gun has a lot of jamming issues. It might just be ours, but we've had a lot of jamming with it. This gun, the full auto, has a few different disadvantages because when you fire for too long, the motor will be weaker and the darts won't go as far. This gun here, the camera, it has some disadvantages where, well, first of all, the audio recording is not that good because you'll hear the revving of the gun. The startup timer for this to turn on and for you to start recording takes a while, so you can record as soon as you want to in battle. And also, the quality of it overall isn't that good, especially for 80 bucks. So the winner of these guns would be the Rhino-Fire. The reason because it has some really fast fire rate, the ranges are really high, and it's overall just a really cool gun. It was a pretty hard tie with the Elite Cam here, but I mean, for the price range, 80 bucks, they're both the same price range of 80 bucks, so I would probably get the Rhino-Fire out of the two. I mean, there are some disadvantages over, well, like it has misfires on one side of the gun. But overall, I definitely give the Rhino-Fire out of all the 2014 Elite guns. Thanks for watching Nerf Socom Reviews, and I'll see you for the next episode of the Which Should I Get series.